1. e4, Robert James Fischer opens with the king's pawn, choosing a direct and aggressive path, ready to test the legendary but long-retired Reuben Fine in sharp tactical waters. 1. e5, Fine, a giant of the 1930s and 40s, responds with classical symmetry, accepting the challenge of an open game and showing he has not forgotten the fundamentals. 2. nf3, Fischer continues with the most natural developing move, bringing his knight to its best square and putting immediate pressure on black's central e5 pawn. 2. nc6, Fine develops his own knight, defending his central pawn and preparing to contest the key central squares. The game proceeds along the most well-trodden theoretical paths. 3. bc4, the Italian game. Fischer develops his bishop to its most active and dangerous square, eyeing the weak f7 pawn and preparing for a classical battle of ideas. 3. bc5, Fine chooses the most popular and principled reply, the giuoco piano, creating a symmetrical but highly complex position, ready to fight for the initiative. 4. b4, the Evans Gambit. A stunning choice from Fischer, resurrecting a romantic 19th-century gambit to sacrifice a pawn for a massive lead in development and a powerful attack. For bxb4, Fine bravely accepts the gambit, the most principled response. He must now weather the storm of White's initiative in exchange for his material advantage. 5. c3, the key idea of the gambit. Fischer prepares to build a formidable pawn center with d4, using the tempo game to seize complete control of the game's direction. 5. ba5, the most solid and respected retreat for the bishop. From a5, it keeps an eye on the white center and is less vulnerable to attack. 6. d4, Fischer immediately strikes in the center, using his tempo advantage to blast open the position for his better developed pieces. The attack is beginning in earnest. 6. exd4, Fine captures, hoping to disrupt White's central control and hold on to his extra pawn, but this only serves to open more lines for Fischer's powerful army. 7. a classic gambit move. Fischer calmly castles, prioritizing king's safety and rapid development over the immediate recapture of material. His pieces are springing to life. 7. dxc3, a very greedy and risky decision by Fine, known as the compromise defense. He grabs a second pawn, but his king is now hopelessly stuck in the center, and he is dangerously behind in development. 8. qb3, the queen joins the attack with a tempo. Fischer creates an immediate and powerful threat against the weak f7 pawn, adding another piece to the assault. The pressure is mounting. 8. qe7, the best defense. The queen develops to protect the f7 pawn and prepares to untangle the rest of the black pieces, but the position is already perilous. 9. nxc3, Fischer finally recaptures the pawn, completing his development. Every single one of his minor pieces is now perfectly placed and aimed directly at the vulnerable black king. 9. nf6, Fine develops his last minor piece, desperately trying to create a defensive barrier and get his king to safety, but it is too little, too late. 10. nd5, a powerful and classic attacking move. Fischer's knight leaps into the heart of the black position, creating new threats, ripping open more lines, and shattering black's defensive coordination. 10. nxd5, Fine is forced to trade, but this only serves to open the e-file for Fischer's rooks, a fatal development that will bring another powerful piece into the attack. 11. exd5, the recapture opens the e-file and creates a powerful passed pawn. Fischer's attack is now gaining momentum and becoming completely overwhelming. 11. n5, Fine's knight finds an active square, but it is a lowly defender fighting a desperate battle against a perfectly coordinated and merciless white army. 12. nx5, Fischer simply trades the annoying knight, knowing that every exchange of a defensive piece brings him one step closer to the hopelessly exposed black king. 12. c5, the recapture. The black queen is an active piece, but it is all alone. The black king is fatally exposed, and White's pieces are poised for the kill. 13. bb2, the final piece joins the attack with decisive effect. The bishop on the long diagonal is a monster, a silent killer that creates unstoppable threats against the black queen and king. 13. qg5, a desperate move to block the bishop's path and create some counter-threats, but it walks right into Fischer's final, brilliant and brutal combination. 14. H4, a brilliant pawn sacrifice to deflect the black queen and open even more lines for the attack. A true Fischer-esque blow, demonstrating his intuitive feel for the initiative. 14. QxH4, Fine has no choice but to accept the sacrifice, but his queen is now lured away from the defense of the kingside, and the final, fatal blow is imminent. 15. Bxg7, the bishop captures the pawn with a crushing blow, shattering the last remnants of the black king's defense. The game is effectively over. 15. Rg8, the only move, but it is futile. The black king is completely trapped in the center of the board with absolutely no escape route. 16. Erf1+, the rook joins the attack with a decisive check. The black king is now caught in a deadly crossfire from all of white's major and minor pieces. 16. Kd8, the king is forced to a horrible square, where it will be subjected to the final, brutal checkmating sequence. It is a hunted animal with nowhere to hide. 17. Qg3, the elegant and crushing final move. This quiet queen move is a brilliant interference, trapping the black queen and creating an unstoppable mating threat. A beautiful and fitting end to a miniature masterpiece. Seeing no defense, Rubin Fine resigns.